Okay, so we'll continue Bhakti Rasāmṛta Sindhu. Last time we completed the 18th item in the Angas of Bhakti. Let me go to the list. So we have seen the first, we are looking at the first 20 items, and the first 20 items are considered the door of Bhakti. So we have completed until not agitating other living entities. So the first, in the first 20 items, the first 10 are what we should be doing, and the last 10 are what we shouldn't be doing. Okay. We have completed all the what do's, what we should be doing, and we are looking into the don'ts, and we have completed 8 of that. 2 more are remaining. The next one is avoiding seva and nama aparadas. Seva nama aparadhanam marjanam, giving up of renouncing seva aparatas or nama aparatas. Yatha Varaha. In the Varaha Purana it is said, Mama Archana Aparadaha Mama Archana Aparadaha Ekirtayante Vasude Maya Vaishnavena Sadate tu Varjaniyaha Prayatnataha. So this is Lord Varaha is speaking to Mother Earth, and he is saying that whatever the aparadas that are being prescribed, that are being mentioned by me in relation to the Archana process, that is deity worship, they should be avoided by the devotees with the endeavor. The devotee should put effort to actually give up that seva aparadas or the Archana aparadas all the time, sada. That is, we always endeavor to be free of all the aparadas mentioned in the process of deity worship, Archana. The the aparadas you can commit in the process of Archana is called the Seva aparadas. And when you are chanting the holy name or the aparadas committed toward the holy name, they are called the Nama aparadas. Should be avoided while chanting the holy name, and it should be avoided without when you are not chanting the holy name also. The aparadas toward the holy names are called the Nama aparadas. The aparadas committed in the process of seva to the deity is called seva aparadas. We have 2 types of aparadas. The first one is Lord Varaha is speaking about the seva aparadas. So one should give up that seva aparadas. We look at what are all the seva aparadas. पाद्मे च सर्व अपराधकृत अपि मुच्यते हरिसंशयः हरेः अपि अपराधान् यः कुर्यात् द्विपदपांशवः नामाश्रयः कदाचित् स्यात् तरति एव सः नामतः नाम्नः अपि सर्वसुहृतः हि अपराधात् पतति अधः. Sarva aparadakrit, a person who has committed all the offenses, he will be freed. How he will be freed? If he takes shelter of Lord Hari. So you have committed so many offenses in other processes, not in bhakti, other processes. But if you take shelter of Lord Hari, you can be freed from all these offenses you have committed in your life, sinful activities and those kind of forbidden things. Harehe api aparadat yaha kuryad dvipada pangshuhu. But one who has committed aparada toward Hari, that person is called Dvipada Pamshahu, that he is a low-grade animal or he is a 2-legged animal. That person, a degraded person. So that degraded person, if he somehow takes shelter of the holy name, what happens? The holy name delivers him. Tarati sa eva saha namataha. Because of the holy name, he gets even delivered by the offenses toward Lord Hari. So this is basically the seva aparadas. So when you are performing some aparada toward Hari, that usually happens in the process of deity worship, or if you have committed offenses toward Lord Hari, holding harsh mentality toward Hari, but if you take shelter of the holy name, you will be freed from all those offenses. But Namnaha api sarva sugrudaha hi aparadat patati yataha. But one who performs offense to the holy name, which gives all benedictions, all benefits, all welfareness to a person, if the person commits toward that holy name, then he falls down very deeply. So basically, if you have committed any sinful activities, if you take shelter of Hari, you can be freed from all sinful activities. But if you commit offenses toward Hari, that is considered a degraded activity. But even if you have committed offenses toward Hari, if you take shelter of the holy name, the holy name will free you from all the offenses toward Hari. But if you commit offenses toward the holy name, then there is no other shelter available. So we should be careful. So we look at the commentary of three acharyas. All of them are saying the same thing. Jiva Goswami, Mukunda, and Vishnu Chakravarti. Sevanam apradhanam marjanam mityadi varahe padmecha yathakramam yojyam. So the list of aparadas that are given in the Varaha Purana and Padma Purana, they should be attached to this list. So here he hasn't given the full list. He has just given simple quotation, but Jiva Goswami is saying you should attach the whatever the list is mentioned there. You need to consider that as well. Tatra seva aparadaha agama anusarena ganyate. So he's going to enumerate the seva aparadas according to Agama Shastra. This is again taken from Hari Bhakti Vilas. So these are 32 offenses that are listed out here, which we know we would have studied in the Nectar of Devotion. We'll go through that. Yanaihi va padukaihi va api gamanam bhagavad grihe. Bhagavad griha, that is the home of the Lord, that is the temple. One should not go to the temple with one's slippers on, paduka, or in a vehicle. Vehicle could be that, going in a car or whatever it is inside the temple, or you go in palanquin. You let 3 or 4 persons lift you, carry you around inside of the temple. No, you should not go like that inside of the temple hall. Deva Utsava Adi Asevaha, not observing the festivals that are celebrated toward the Lord or the deity. So many festivals we hold, Janmashtami and Chaitra Mahaprabhu's appearance day and so on, and other festivals also come, and the devotees celebrate these toward the deity. Not observing those is also an offense. Apranamaha tad agrataha. So going in front of the deity, we should not offer obeisances. That we should offer obeisances. Okay, not offering obeisances in front of the Lord is an offense. Uchishteva api shaucheva bhagavat vandanadikam. So offering obeisances to the Lord or offering prayers to the Lord. Vandana has two meaning. You offer obeisances or you offer prayers. So both of that, offering obeisances or offering prayers to the Lord in an unclean state, asauche, that is also an offense. Or uchishta, holding some food in the mouth, going and offering obeisances, that's not correct. Also, not rinsing mouth properly, which is also means your food is remaining in your mouth. So that is also improper. When you're offering obeisances, you should not hold any food in your mouth, or you should not be in an unclean state. Or when you're offering prayers also. Ekahasta pranamaha, offering obeisances, you're just using one hand like this, holding a chanting bag in hand and then just doing one hand like that. So that is also an offense. We should offer obeisances with both hands. Tat purastad pradakshinam. So in front of the Lord, circumambulating, we shouldn't be simply roaming around here and there. So we should look at the deity. Pada prasaranam. Pada prasaranam, that is opening your legs widely in front of the Lord and you are sitting. When you're sitting, you just show your feet toward the Lord, widely opened. That is also an offense. Tata Paryanka Bandhanam. So Paryanka Bandhanam is not clearly mentioned. There are many meanings for this Paryanka Bandhanam. that is sitting in a squatting position, that is also Paryanka Bandhanam. Or you hold your knees and then sitting, that is also Paryanka Bandhanam. So I don't know which one is mentioned here, but that's an offense. Shayanam, sleeping in front of the Lord, that's an offense. Bhakshanam, eating in front of the Lord, is also an offense. Mithya Bhashanam, speaking false things or speaking lies in front of the Lord. Uchaihi Bhasha, speaking loudly in front of the Lord, that is also an offense. Mitaha Jalpaha, loose talk in front of the Lord or arguing in front of the Lord. Jalpa has multiple meanings. All these things are talking Gramya Katha in front of the Lord. These are an offense. Rodhanani, crying in front of the Lord, is an offense. Vigraha means fighting. Fighting in front of the Lord. Nigraha means not showing compassion. Okay. Anugraha means showing compassion. So you have Vigraha, you have Nigraha, you have Anugraha. You should not do all these three things. So Vigraha, we know that we should not be fighting in front of the Lord. Nigraha means that not showing compassion means it's, behaving rudely toward others. We should not be doing that, or we should not be chastising others in front of the deity. These are all in front of the deity. Anugraha means showing compassion in front of the deity, in that, showing compassion, because the Lord is the one who should show mercy to everyone there in the temple. So everyone is coming to take the mercy of the Lord. We shouldn't become the Lord there and then we show compassion to, come to me, I will give you $20, $30, or I will, help you in this thing, that thing, not showing that in front of the deity. Inside of the temple hall, the deity is the king. So in front of the king, one should not show oneself off. That is what it is, Nigraha and Anugraha. Nrishucha Krura Bhashanam. So speaking harsh words toward others in front of the deity is also an offense. Kambala Avaranam. Kambala means woolen cloths. So, covering yourself with woolen cloths is also an offense in front of the deity. Paraninda, scolding others, criticizing others in front of the deity is an offense. Parastutihi, glorifying others is also an offense. We should glorify the Lord. Again, it's coming back to the point that the Lord is the center. Ashlila Bhashanam. Ashlila means vulgar words or unrefined words. Speaking in front of the Lord, unrefined words or vulgar words is an offense. It should be very ornamented words we should speak in front of the Lord. We should not speak vulgar words or unrefined words. Adaha Vayu Vimokshanam, passing gas in front of the Lord is an offense. Shaktau Gauna Upacharaha. When it is possible for you, still providing a substandard upachar, that is, some treatment or service of the Lord. When I can offer nice flowers, I am just offering plastic flowers. That's substandard. When I can offer nice fruits, I am offering only leaf and water. Like that. That's all Gauna Upachara, substandard Upachara. So we should avoid that. When we are able to nicely worship the Lord, nicely offer things to the Lord, when we have capacity, then we should nicely do that toward the Lord. One of the important things for the Grihasthas especially is that deity worship, and one should engage one's wealth in the process of deity worship nicely, not like a miserly person. One should not be miserly in that activity. Anivedita Bhakshanam, unoffered food, eating unoffered food, that is an offense. Tat kala udbhavanam cha paladinam anarpanam. So the fruits and grains that are all grown up in different seasons, not offering them is also an offense. But let's say this is summer, the summer season, the mangoes come. So we get fresh mangoes and then go and offer to the Lord. Not offering those is also an offense. Whatever grew up in that season. Viniyukta avaishishtasya pradhanam vyanjanadike. So when you're offering food and soup and sabji and so on, they're offering something which is not special, very blunt item. That is also an offense. It's offering very simple stuff. You should offer nice stuff to the Lord. Offering simple stuff is it's also an offense. Avaishishtya. Avaishishtya means not special. Offering something not special. Prishti Kritya Asanam, showing your back and sitting in front of the Lord. That is also an offense. You should not show your back toward the Lord and sit. You should look toward the Lord and sit. Paresham Abhivadanam. So, Paresha is others. Abhivadana. So, one second. Let me check it. Yeah, okay. So, Abhivadana means the dictionary exactly says Nama Ucharana Purvaka Namaskaraha. Nama Ucharana Purvaka Namaskaraha means you are going and offering obeisances, shouting out their name. So, that is what you should be doing when you're offering obeisances to, elder Vaishnavas, His Holiness, this particular person, His Grace, that particular person, Ki Jai, something like that. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Then when you're offering obeisances to Prabhupada, like that. So offering obeisances like that toward others in front of the deity is also an offense. Gurau Maunam, sitting silent in front of Guru is an offense, which means you should be inquisitive and you should be asking questions, or you should be glorifying the Guru. It's simply sitting blank. That's an offense. Nija Stotram, glorifying oneself. It doesn't exactly say it is in front of the Lord or in front of Guru, but it is applicable in both places. And glorifying oneself in front of Guru is an offense, and glorifying oneself in front of the deity is also an offense. Devata Nindanam, criticizing the Devatas, that is also an offense. So these 32 are the offenses that one can commit toward Vishnu. Okay. Varahecha e anya aparadagate Shangshipya likyante. So in the Varaha Purana, there are other aparadas also mentioned, but written in a summary form. Here he gives Jiva Goswami. Raja Anna Bhojanam. So eating nice, kingly or palatable or opulent food in front of the Lord. Raja Anna Bhojanam. Dhvanta Agare Harehe Sparshaha. So going inside the deity room and then touching the deity in dark. That is an offense. You should always have a light and then before touching the deity. Vidim Vina Hari Upasarpanam. Approaching the Lord without following the rules and regulations. I will just go any way I like and then I will just, approach the Lord. No, we should go in a humble mood with a bowing attitude. Vadyam Vina Tadwara Udghatanam. Opening the doors of the Lord without having any musical instruments. When the doors of the Lord is open, we have musical instruments playing, and then we have conch, blowing out. All these things should happen. Kukura Drishta Bhaksha Sangraha. Gathering items and offering to the Lord which are seen by the dog or which are eaten by dog. Those things should be avoided. Sorry, not eaten, seen by the dog. Eaten is obvious thing, that is not there mentioning, but seen by dog. So seen by dog, whichever food items you are collecting for the Lord, you should not let the dog see it. basically any animal which has a sense of, you know, eating, and then they are looking at it, that basically it becomes contaminated when we are trying to offer to the Lord. Archane Mauna Bhangaha. So, in the process of deity worship, when you are worshipping the deity, you should not break silence. You should maintain silence. Puja Kale Vid Utsargaya Sarpanam. So, running away from the, when you are doing puja, you stop it and you run away because you want to run toward the restroom. That should be avoided. So, how? Basically, we should have empty stomach when we are going and worshipping the Lord, not that filled up fully and then go on to worship and in between give up and then run to the restroom. Gandha malyadika madatva dhupanam. So dhupa is the incense, offering incense without offering scent or um, garland. So we should offer flowers and scent and then offer dhupa, incense. Anarha pushpena pujanam. So worshipping the Lord without worshipping the Lord by offering flowers which are unofferable. Certain flowers which don't have smell or red in color, they should not be offered to the Lord. So offering them to the Lord is an offense. So we'll stop here. Any questions, comments, thoughts? Shankaranand Prabhu is an expert, so he's here.
Prabhu, so you said red color. Is it mentioned by Vaishnavacharya that red color should not, because we offer red?
It is not mentioned here, Prabhuji. I have seen that. I think this hibiscus flowers are something. I heard, but I don't have the reference for that right now.
Yeah, so particular red color flower should be okay, but I think their roses are especially, many of the varieties of roses are only all red color.
Yeah, correct.
And I think even in Vrindavan or even other traditional South Indian flowers, scene, they do offer the red rose.
I think the hibiscus flower or whichever is suited for Shiva. So,
Anaraha, okay. Pushpa. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Brajajan Prabhu. I think I will be making almost half of the offenses. So what you discussed.
Please. Now I am also in the list, so we should. That's what Jiva Goswami said. The Vaishnavas or Varaha Avatar is saying that the Vaishnavas should endeavor all the time to avoid it. So prayatnataha, we should endeavor continuously to avoid it. Sometimes it is not possible.
One of the offenses, that is offering flowers without fragrance, is unavoidable only. No flowers ever.
Especially in the US, it's very hard to find such flowers, I feel.
That is so true.
But what we went through, so I can recollect, now what I do wrong. So I now it will remind me every time. So thank you for doing that.
Prabhu, I had one question. So is it okay to eat in front of the deities after you offer? Because I've kept my deities in the, I don't know, it's called family room. It's attached to the kitchen.
So though, prasadam you are talking about, correct?
Yeah, prasadam.
Yes. So though here Jiva Goswami is saying, in another place, actually Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur will say that one can eat prasadam in front of the Lord. One should not eat tambula or the, what is that? Tambula is betel leaves. Exactly. Yeah. One should not eat betel leaves in front of the Lord. We offer betel leaves to the Lord, but we should not take that remnants in front of the Lord. So prasadam can be eaten. So later Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur will say. So one acharya says you should not eat, one acharya says you can eat. So it's okay. You can follow one of the acharyas.
And Prabhu, these are all meant for Kali Yuga because it's so hard to follow this.
See, some of the things we are already following. We don't go inside the temple with the slippers on.
Right, yeah.
And we should not be glorifying others in front of the Lord. And
that I didn't know. And that's very good point.
Yeah, our focus should be on the Supreme Lord rather than oneself or others.
I'll just say,
Yes, Prabhu.
The specific animal is mentioned as dog. It's not all the other animals. I think especially the food seen by the dog should be
Yeah.
allowed to offer. I think in Mahabharata also there is extensive reference to this, Sarma, the wife of Kashyap Muni, who is actually mother of all the dogs and jackals. So one time the brothers of Janmejaya Maharaj, Janmejaya Maharaj is son of Parikshit Maharaj. Younger brothers of Janmejaya Maharaj, they actually beat one dog. And the dog went to his mother, Kashyap Muni's mother, that Janmejaya's brother beat me. He says, so first thing he asked, did you look at their havishya, the food that is meant to be offered? Or you must have licked it or seen it. So he said, no, I didn't see the food. I didn't even lick it. I didn't do anything. They still beat me.
Oh, I see.
So specifically, the reference is dog, not any other animal, but
So what about like a pig and all? If sees, it's okay. We can offer
sorry,
pig, if for example, if
Who?
pig sees the food.
Generally, see, deity worship was done in the traditional temples and all where no lower animals would be possibly allowed,
Right.
But sometimes dog would be kept as a watchdog, right? So watchdog, but still watchdog cannot be, allowed to see the food of the Lord. Other animals, they won't even be allowed to, anyway closer to the temple courtyard and all where the food is cooked and all.
But nowadays, probably they are growing these animals at home, right? Like some people having pig also, small pigs.
Yeah. So that is forbidden, totally forbidden. So we are not even talking that the person is unfit actually to even do deity worship, keeps a pig or something like that. So deity worship is out of question because you will be committing everyday offenses.
That is so true, bro.
Prabhu, I have one more question. So in the initially before starting, you said that if someone who does their naam makes seva aparadh, but if he does his naam perfectly very well, then this seva aparadh will be nullified or something, right?
So he says basically that, the seva aparadas, again, one who performs seva aparadas is considered to be a low-graded person that basically with intention. Unintentional offenses we cannot avoid, but with intention, if one performs offenses toward the deity, but if somehow that person with good fortune takes shelter of the holy name, kadachit it says, sometimes, later, somehow, he just takes shelter of the holy name, then he can be freed from all the offenses he has committed. But if he commits offense to the holy name, then there is no other shelter for him.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
But just I think
Yes, Prabhu.
Thakur does mention that if somebody has committed nama aparadha, the only shelter is a nama only.
Right.
Once you continue chanting holy name,
Right.
then that name will only deliver a person from the aparadha. Then the only one thing, Vaishnava aparadha has no shelter. That aparadha is even, Vrindavan Das Thakur says, if somebody, Lord Chaitanya actually says in Chaitanya Bhagavat, he says, if somebody commits Vaishnava aparadha and chants my name, the name will destroy that person. So Krishna becomes so angry in the form of holy name, he destroys the person if he commits, willfully Vaishnava aparadha. If a person unknowingly committed aparadha and all, then Krishna may, then Vaishnava Thakur said actually comments on that way that even if a person has unknowingly committed Vaishnava, it will definitely hamper his progress in Krishna consciousness. But by incessantly chanting the holy name will deliver him. But a person has mentality that I will continue offending Vaishnavas and he chants the holy name will itself destroy the person. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for
It's so refreshing to hear Bhakti Sindhu.
Bhakti Rasāmṛta Sindhu. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So we'll continue from here next. We didn't complete the purport, and the purport also talks about the Nama Apradhas as well. What are all the Nama Apradhas? But we'll continue from next time. Thank you, devotees.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Panchakripaprabhusya Kripasindhubhyev Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anantapuri Vaishnava Ki Jai.
And you know, if you share the link for the entire this channel that you have been creating,
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I will do that.
please share in the group.
Yes.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.